Hi, Brian. This is Charles with 7883 SEO and Marketing and Web Design here in Colorado Springs. I reached out yesterday to your secretary, and she was kind enough to let you know and give me permission to send you a screencast. So I want you to know up front, I'm a prior customer, and so I run multiple companies. Myself, just like you. Um, and I brought my truck to you guys, and you guys were absolutely amazing. You guys took care of me. You were extremely informative. You fixed my Dodge up really well. Let me know that the prior collision guys didn't do a good job. I was really happy with your character and your ethics. I also run, this marketing company. I was doing some research a couple of days ago and making a list for potential clients, and I happened to come upon your site, and so I kind of started snooping around and looking at this is what I do, this is how I have to go about it. But I was looking at your site and I noticed a lot of problems. I remember how good you were with service, and I was wondering why I couldn't find you organically. I ended up finding you on the third page. I think you were about 35th or 36th organically. So what I'm going to do in this is I'm going to show you why, multiple factors on why you're not ranking and why I think you could be ranking better, and you should. Honestly, you guys are a great business. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take you up to a program I use called SEMRush. And so what you're seeing here is this is your metrics. So this is a Google authority score, and the lower the score basically indicates Google doesn't trust you or your site for one reason or another. Here is your organic search traffic. Okay. So you got 152 for one reason or another. You've got 116 keywords that can be built around. We can go in and take a look at that really quick if you'd like. Basically what's happening is whatever keywords that people are putting in, but also what are put into your website, whether they're relevant or not, are what basically get you to ping and what bring you your organic. One thing I did notice when I was looking over your site and then looking on your metrics, you are paying for paid service traffic, search traffic. I don't know if you're using Google Ads or what it is, but I'm assuming it's going to be something associated with that. The problem with Google Ads, you're paying them, they give you an ad on the front page, but they don't do anything for your organic rankings. Whereas if you do something with SEO and you optimize your website itself, that's where your organic factors come in. The other thing I noticed, you've got some pretty low backlinks. Now within that, all backlinks aren't created equal, but we basically got four types of backlinks. You've got citations, you've got what we call like a visitor blog, or a visitor comment. You've got your registers, and trying to think of what the fourth one was, an influential link. Influential links tend to be magazines, articles, things like that. Those can actually, we could go out, we can pay for those, we can buy those, we can, get those built up. I want to show you your number one competitor on keyword research that I ran. Okay, their authority score is slightly better than yours, but their organic search is double yours, a little more than double, but their backlinks is really strong, and they're getting this organic traffic without having to pay for anything. So a lot of this organic traffic that is coming from there. Now I want to put that into perspective in two ways. Okay, I know with body repair, I think the job you guys did for me was, 3,000 or 4,000. You guys turn over jobs like that pretty quickly. I hit a deer, so you guys had to change a front clip and do some things like that. But you guys were able to flip it pretty quick. Now, if you look at that number, at 320 and yours was like 152, that's a lot of traffic you're missing. I mean, even on the average, if you're doing $3,000 to $4,000 a project for minor damage like my truck has, there's a lot of missed opportunity there. Now, if we come down and we look at their organic keywords, they've got a little less than you, and that's okay. Some keywords hit better than others. It's finding out what their keywords are and what they're hitting on, and if they can be worked with. And there's a lot of things here within this that can be hit. Now this has got to be done obviously on the back page. This is where SEO comes in. The other thing that I noticed about your site, and I'm going to show you my next one. So let's go up here to Speed Insights. Here's your front page. This is what we use for optimization. You're in a no-no zone. You're not in a really good place right here. You're in a bad way. This can be due to videos. This can be due to photos. But even within those photos, if they're not optimized, if there's no SEO tagging, things of that nature can create speed problems. We're going to go to your competitor. He's in a happy zone. So it is extremely hard to get in here. But the average is ran right here. And what they're pulling the average from when they do these is they pull them off of mobile automatically, because 9 out of 10 people, anytime they search anything, it's on a cell phone. It can look great on a desktop computer and load just fine, but if it doesn't load perfect on a cell phone, you got problems. So the other thing I wanted to show you was I ran a campaign for citations, which is part of the backlink deal. And so the first one I ran was of your competitor. So he's got 40 citations, but he's got 71 opportunities. I ran yours right here. You've got 26 and 80. So like if I go within here, I can click on opportunities, maybe, yeah, slow, but it gives me opportunities. I can go down and see every opportunity that there is to go out and get you some citations, which helps your backlink profile, which brings in more traffic. So there's a lot of things that can be done. The other thing that I didn't see a lot of on your page, which I need to explain, is what we call content. There is not a whole lot of content on here. And with Google, you have to be able to have content. So they got what's called a crawler. It goes in. It's basically just an algorithm that comes in and crawls your pages. And it's checking for relevant words. It's checking for how many words you have, how much of it is relevant to the trade you're in and the city you're in. And the more of that you have, Google likes. So what we have found is between 1,000 to 1,500 words for a main page is really good. Google responds well. You are not in that realm anywhere. You probably got 250 words. I think something that's really slowing down your site is you got a lot of videos. There's ways to optimize those videos, but also, you guys do a ton of work in a way that you guys could do more, like before and after photos. Sorry about that. Before and after photos and testimonials. But one of the things that brought me to you as a client, and this is something you can definitely play off of, and if you wanted to work with us in the future, we can play off of. When I got in my accident, when I hit a deer and damaged my truck, I wanted a Dodge specific collision repair company to work on it. And I remember calling a couple of the Dodge dealers, and they specifically pointed me to you in your direction. And so that's what we did. I did my research on you. I looked at your reviews. It was really good. And so that's how I ended up in your office. That's something that can be played upon in the future. So back to the content, you need to be between 1,000 and 1,500 words. And then your subsequent pages, you've got links down here, and you've got links at the top of your page that can all be broken down. Each one of those, obviously your verbal or your word content, you should be 500 to 750 words within that, keywords and links and things of that nature. But each one of those could have their own individual photos and content that really helps you stick out from the rest of the pack. This would definitely bring up your organic traffic. I took a look at your GMB profile as well, your Google Map pack. That can use a little optimization as well. GMB is used more short term, so you can get a lot of quick clicks out of that. But for your long-term growth and your long-term sustainability, this is where, SEO is very important. And, what we have found through research and even being, a customer myself, us as human beings, we tend to get pretty lazy. And if we go and we Google something, we're not really wanting to click page through page through page to find something. And so generally we settle on anybody on the front page, and we're looking with, for the page that has the reviews. And so that's something we can do for you. And I mean, right here, you guys got a 4.9 Google rating. And personally, I can attest to that because I've been a prior client of yours. So I hope that this helped bring some insight to you. And I'd like to follow up with you here in a few days after you get an opportunity to look at this, because I think that there's some things that can be done to your website specifically to help speed it up, maybe add a couple of pages, maybe rebuild it, depending on, what direction you want to go. I'd like to, pick your brain and see what your end goal, what you have for an end goal in mind. But definitely, I think you guys need some SEO to really help your rankings. Your last site was updated or built 2019, I believe, here on the bottom. Yeah. So there's a lot, that happens technology wise and Google wise, in a 3.5 year period. And so I'd like you to watch this video, and I hope it was very informative. And so you can either reach out to me or I'll reach out to you here in a day or two, and we'll go from there, see what we can do for you. All right. Have a great day.